Verdict for the Timberwolves. Jimmy Butler in that game, 24 points, but as Terry Stiles pointed out before the ball game, Jeff Teague has played the Blazers well, whether it be in Atlanta or now in this iteration here in Minnesota. 22 and 8 assists the last time the two clubs got together. The tip is won by Minnesota. Just spoke of him. Here is Jeff Teague handling to Andrew Wiggins. Lamar, you mentioned at the top a couple of nights ago, a 40-point effort against the Los Angeles Clippers. Taj Gibson working the end line. He is checked by Nurkic. Aminu soars over for the rebound. You can see Aminu getting the early assignment of Karl Anthony Towns defensively. Up the floor, Damian, quick hitter. Here is Turner within his range, and he knocks it down along the end line. At the top, the Blazers turned it over 17 times in both losses to Minnesota. A total of 36 points off of turnovers gained by Minnesota in the two games. Gibson from the elbow.
Yeah, really the turnovers and the free throws. That's been the two main storylines in both of those matchups.
Of course, the Blazers in the first matchup of the year out there, 5 free throw attempts, only 1 in the second half. Stepping back, CJ for a deep 2. Volleyed into the hands of Jeff Teague. You can see he's very deliberative as he clears the timeline, waiting for Karl Anthony Towns. Terrific move, I suppose, without 7-footer, 248, averaging 20 a game, averaging a double-double per game. The ball deflected outside. Skip pass. Damian's first opportunity is a triple, and he knocks it down. Nothing but nylon and out.
One of the many things he does really well is he reads a closeout, and if you close in on Damian.
Soda on the attack. Wiggins does not have numbers, does get a screen, and in he comes on a high banker.
Every time the Blazers play against Wiggins, I say the same thing. He's looking to get to a spot. More often than not, he's matched up against somebody that he can jump right over. So once he gets 15, 10 feet within the basket, he's just looking to rise over the top of you at that point.
Lillard, excellent find. Inside, bouncing a belt-high pass to Nurkic for the two-hand jam.
Great look.
Team coming into tonight, 11th in the association in assists per ball game, 6.5. Aminu fights off Karl Anthony Towns for the board up. He comes with the new handles to the rim, scoops and scores off the glass. That was impressive.
He wasn't happy with himself.
Leading here by 7. Turner coming to the ball. Aminu, terrific play there as he stopped short of reversing and laid it in, fooling Gibson.
Nice pass along the baseline from ET, and a good cut from Chief to come from under.
Peels out, comes the other way. Blazers down 7 early, 7 minutes gone by first quarter.
Teague has gotten 2 of those mid-range looks that Damian gets right there and is able to knock it down. In Teague's 2 attempts in the mid-range, he hasn't made them yet. And that's a bit of a game changer, because if your defense, as the Blazers, is geared to forcing contested 2s, and a guy comes out and he's making those, it makes you question, do you do something different, or do you just hope eventually he misses?
Gibson outside again, dragging Nurkic with it. They give to Wiggins. He gets off a clean look from 3 and knocks it down. Wiggins
need a rebound, but it leads to a transition opportunity.
Bielitsa an early trigger in transition. CJ, wicked crossover, and then Nurkic got a piece of Wiggins, springing CJ to the window to lay it up and in.
Crafty James with the handle.
Oh, Turner. Finally, Wiggins misses after hitting his first 4 in a row. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Minnesota up 5. Damian off the Zach screen for 3. Bang, down it goes.
We've seen this before. Defender does not lift, and Dame has airspace.
Lillard too.
They make the adjustments and they're playing at home. And then also, third time for Damian Lillard. Everybody was kind of in suspense awaiting that all-star call, and well-deserved. It got loose.
He got it back off the window. Jang recovers. Here comes Minnesota. Crawford is in with Bielitsa along with Jang and Jones. Crawford dribbles in, sends up a rainbow from deep 2 territory.
Pat was like 4 inches away from blocking that shot. His hand was right. It was sitting on Jamal Crawford. His hand was right. It was sitting on Jamal Crawford's guide hand, basically. The guy's a tough shot maker, which the Blazers know all too well.
Marcus George's hunt from Minnesota as well. Napier scores on a leap and lead. And he'll head to the line on the foul to Tyus Jones.
Speaking of tough shot maker.
He does what he does. Extra possessions, he just continues to hold down the fort inside. Guys?
Yeah, thanks, Brooke. Crawford's gotten hot coming off the bench. They got to get somebody to put that fire out. 3 of 4 shooting, 6 points. And he's taking it inside the three-point arc, and he's hitting those mid-range. Wow. CJ again rolling left. Kick it outside. Connaughton the extra pass. Collins a standstill 3. And Channel Z with a triple. He's shooting 32% coming in, is Collins.
And last time he got Pat open in the corner for a 3. It's only right that he gets his body in the league. Jamal Crawford will do that to guards and bigs.
Crawford coming in averaging 19 a game, getting 18 minutes tonight, playing 47 games this year. Damian a 3. Yes, sir! Damian Lillard right down the hat. Pump it back to Davis, deflected. Minnesota basketball. Crawford strolling into a 3. Yes, indeed. And Crawford sensing a little contact, hits that little button that he's got right there on his right side rebound. Minnesota by 6. Down the lane comes Turner. Pull up jumper. Got it.
He loves that shot. One of the best in the game when you look at the amount of jump shots he has made along the baseline. He is hunting that spot.
Blazers have really spread the scoring. 7 guys have scored for the Blazers. Wiggins the other way. A step through move up and in. And you can see what's making Wiggins. Wiggins surveys, drives into the lane. He has been absolute murder with his footwork in the paint. That's the second time we've seen that little, what is that? That little crossover Euro hop or whatever?
It's all of that. He has all of that stuff, and that's why he's tough to defend. He'll mix it up on you. And then at the end of the day, which is the point I made earlier, he can jump over anybody to get a shot off.
Aminu a 3, reined it in. On the inbounds, Turner waiting for CJ to come up off the screen. Aminu rescreens, CJ to the inline. Dame for 3. Yes, indeed.
He had that ball in his hands for what, 0.5 seconds before he, that's so quick.
Teague again over the top of the screen. Out it comes to Wiggins. They rotate it back to the near side. Teague has plenty of time, 12 to shoot. Towns a 3. He buries another one. Karl Anthony Towns heading to the All-Star game. 2 of 4.
Back screen for Nurk. So Towns was late to get into the action.
Blazers' largest lead of the game. Minnesota's led by as many as 8. Crossover dribble and a fader up and in for Jeff Teague. Double screen set for Damian. Thought about a 3. Teague leaves it to Gibson. He passes up a jumper to drive it, and it's stripped. Chief digging after it. It rolls free right to Damian.
4-on-1.
Cross-court pass CJ to Turner to lay it up and in.
The Blazers had overwhelming numbers on that play.
Excellent fast spin fade. Dame will clear it. CJ head up scanning. Crossing over on Wiggins to the end line.
Got him.
Off the dribble. A scoop and score with a right hand. And Minnesota's got to call a timeout as the Blazers bust out on a 10-2 run to a lead of 10. They're alongside 50-win teams both years. Going back 3 years ago, his latest. That's when he was slotted in for the ailing Blake Griffin. Here's Dame outside, a catch and shoot 3. Yes, indeed. Silk.
And Kev, he said that this All-Star bid is the most satisfying because of his role within the team as the clear-cut leader.
Karl Anthony Towns spun on Aminu. Davis was there. But Towns with a nice adjustment laid it in. 85-74. Dame another 3.
Oh,
extra high delivery. He had Wiggins coming at him. What a delivery. With 14, Minnesota's cut it to 10. Zach Collins is in. Dame showing a double, but finds Davis outside, inside out. Oh, it's locked on Channel Z. Come on.
Unselfish from Ed Davis.
Collins soars in there for the board. Blazers by 10. They've led by as many as 14. Red hot shooting. Here in the third, led by Lillard. Strolls in, kicks to Connaughton, sets his feet. 3 in the air. Yes, indeed.
The relocation of Pat made that possible. Otherwise, Dame might have been stuck in the air with no Connaughton, whoever's guarding him, they're getting physical with him, fighting over that screen, because you have to do that.
Dame with 4. Dame with 3. Working on Wiggins with 1. Into the lane. The high scoop at the buzzer, up and in. Damian Lillard reining it in 1 day after being named to the All-Star team.
On the screen, you don't want to give Crawford the chance to go either direction.
Crawford, skip pass. Tyus Jones on the dribble drive. Sends it up and in. Jones.
He did in his last game. Whereas Tyus Jones is more of a pass first, always looking for the All-Stars playing around him.
97-88 count. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. CJ, a three-pointer. And that pumps a little air back in that balloon. He's got 18 on the night. 2 of 3 from 3. And the Blazers 15. Davis 9 rebounds. He'll screen outside for CJ. Running in, switching right to left, and maneuvers to the cup to lay it home. Bielitsa turns the corner on the dribble drive. 3 defenders converge. He flails, throws a bad one up there. Napier recovers quickly out to CJ. On up top! Connaughton on the magic carpet for the two-hand jam! And the Blazers lead it by 14, and the crowd erupts at Moda.
Raise the roof, CJ!
9 shooting. Blazers lead at 106-94. 7:14 to go in the ballgame. Napier checked by Jones. Gives to Connaughton, rolls to the hole, and a reverse right-hand jam.
Is it too late to submit his name for the dunk contest? Wow. I know they picked. I think they picked pretty much. And you switch defensively. You have to make contact. You have to attach on that switch. Otherwise, what just happened with CJ is what will occur.
Wiggins triggers a deep one and a three-point shot for Wiggins. Blazers' largest lead just a moment ago at 16. And Davis. Dribble handoff, pick and roll.
Oh, good dribble!
Oh my, the hammer. The hammer and some harm. He's going to the line. He cleared a lot of ground with that dribble.
Oh, he went to the...
And the Blazer boosters who had me over last night for a fine potluck dinner here at Moda. We broke it down last night, Lamar. You'd have been proud of the breakdown. And one of the factors said Blazer Ken last night at the Blazer Booster, you got to get CJ to shoot more threes. Lamar, 23 assists for the Blazers tonight, 44 field goals made.
It's a good ratio.
Ball really moving. Turner with 6 assists, CJ with 5, Lillard with 5, Napier with 3. The ball moving rapidly, and 9 guys scoring tonight, with the Blazers putting 5 of them in double figures. 31 for Lillard. Here's Connaughton again on the magic carpet. Connaughton soaring in the two-hand slammer.
They would think that you were a female because of your voice. Because as a kid, I went through that, and a lot of normal kids who don't have the pipes that you have, we go through that at some point.
Hey, it's either Philip Bailey or it's a lady ordering Jack in the Box.
Okay, so you never went.
Philip Bailey had that on too. We were talking about Earth, Wind & Fire.
From the standpoint of entertainment, I can't even imagine it.
Blazers winning this one, 123-114. And just a terrific win here tonight. Workmanlike. The Blazers come out and score 43 in the third after the two clubs were tied at 54, and they take advantage of Minnesota here tonight with Damian Lillard going off in that third quarter with 13 points. Scored in the third and hitting 3 of 5 from three-point range.
It's one of those games to me where the final score doesn't indicate really how dominant the